Today's episode of Wine Time Fridays is brought to you in part by our friends at Naked Wines, Eternal Wine, and Shelley.
Yes.
Cinder Winery.
Yay.
It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, September 12th. We're chuckling every week because it just keeps going in the year. Episode 282. Shelley, happy Friday. It's wine time.
Happy Friday.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Technology has not been Phil's friend today. Today, it's all going to be made better because we have with us Jeanine Lum with Third Bottle. Jeanine, welcome to Wine Time Fridays.
Right there.
That's right there. Welcome to Wine Time Fridays. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's great to meet both of you, and I'm very excited to talk to you both.
Well, let's stop talking right now and let's open a little wine. And then we're going to start talking about these wine bags. But I just opened right now this wine bag and I'm pulling out a 2024 Cinder Dry Viognier. And I know that Jeanine has got one of these too. Where's your glass, Shelley?
It's hiding.
She's trying to hand it to me. She's trying to hand it to me.
Okay. I went a light pour, Shelley.
Thank you.
Not for me. Okay.
What? You don't like Viognier?
No, I love it. It's just that when we go through three wines, I can't drink that much. He will gulp it down. I will give it to him.
We're trying not to gulp, but let's do a proper Wine Time Fridays toast, and then let's get into this episode to health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, romance,
and peace on earth.
And peace on freaking earth.
Here.
Hashtag cheersing.
Cheers.
All right. We might as well
that's really
get
good.
Nikki's name out of the way because she was nice enough to be a part of this whole thing.
Nikki's name out of the way. That's not nice.
Well, she's told me more times than I want to admit how much she's looking forward to this episode. And then I find myself getting nervous. Like, what if we don't deliver the goods? But I know we've got Jeanine here to keep us straight or not straight. That's the question. What do you guys think of this wine right off the bat?
It's really good. Really dry.
It is. It says it right on the label.
Perfect to end this summer as it's ending because summer wines are going away. Fall's coming.
Careful.
Not yet, though. Not yet. It's still hot. We don't want to talk about sweater weather yet.
No sweater weather talk.
Well,
no hashtag.
I do because it's 92% humidity here this past week.
Oh
wow, that's a lot of humidity.
So you were in the Boise area, correct?
I was. I'm now in San Juan Capistrano, Orange County.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. So why don't you talk first of all
on Junipero Road?
Do you know that road?
Yes. So do you.
Yeah, I do.
I think Julie Foudy.
Oh, Julie Foudy. Yeah. Well, I saw Ray Charles in San Juan Capistrano at the Coach House. Is that still there?
Still a thing.
Yeah, it was a good room, and it was Ray. So what do you want? So
it's a great place.
Let's talk about, maybe we'll do a little reverse engineering. We'll start. How in the world did you even come up with the idea of creating this product, which we're going to get into a little bit more, but I have down in my notes the accidental inspiration.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate on that while we drink our wine?
Not a problem. I will be pausing to take my sips though. So,
As you should.
I'm sorry, I did not pour enough.
so you guys, if you understood my husband, so imagine a 50-plus-year-old man with a 12-year-old brain. Phil,
No.
Phil, you
Hey,
got
hey.
this.
We don't know each other that well yet, but Shelley probably agree with you.
So we, for 6 months out of the year, we park our RV in the desert, and my husband's freedom and love of life, besides me, is motorcycle riding in the desert. And so we always, whatever boxes I got my shipments in, or if I bought a case at Total Wine, I would just take the box and throw it in the back of the truck and
Yeah.
deal with the wine all weekend. Never even thought of a wine bag. I don't know why, but as much wine as we travel with, you think I would have. So we're going down a windy road. He hits a turn. The wine goes flying everywhere. I jump in the back seat. He's freaking out. He's like, it's a windy road. It's dangerous. I'm like, yeah, it's $1,400 worth of wine back there.
Oh, geez.
I'm going to save my wine and risk my life. So
Why not?
right? So by the time we got to the campsite, I had ordered probably 5 bags online. And when we came back from camping, they were all at my house waiting for me, and none of them suited my needs. They were janky and expensive. They provided no stability, just little foam inserts, flabby sides. Some of them even bowed on the bottom when you picked it up with a case.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
So I jokingly said to him, I'm going to design my own. And him being him, he said, oh, go ahead. I said, did you forget who you're married to?
the entrepreneurial spirit of Jeanine Lum.
So after about 6 months, he's like, maybe you're onto something. But every wine bag I designed, mine wasn't really much different. It was sturdier, and I tried different materials. And so I thought, and I bought a couple of bags that said that they had ice packs in them. So I'm like, genius, ice packs. That's great. Wine preservation at its finest. It came with a ice pack for like medicine. I'm all, this doesn't even keep my medication cold. How are you to preserve my wine and my investment? So it took about a year. And this is what I came up with: interlocking ice packs that save you money, save you time and grief from going to the liquor store 3 times, because you know how it is. You go to the liquor store and then you forget the ice. You bought everything but the ice. Then you have to go back. So
this is what this lovely thing looks like. This is from
One
the
piece.
12 bottle, the Traveler, the 12-pack ice pack wine bag. So it's empty. There's nothing in it whatsoever. But
You'll show them the rest.
well, since she brought it up,
I know.
when you put a little water in there, don't fill it up all the way. It's water expands when it freezes, just so you know.
and then they don't interlock very well.
And then they don't interlock very well at all. So there are 3 interlocking ice packs, and see how narrow they are. This is ingenious. We were at a function not too long ago where there was the host has a 3,500 bottle wine cellar. And I'm like, we're bringing this and bringing wine, and it's got this great shoulder strap. You were talking about those other wine bags where the bottom felt like it was going to fall out. This thing, we've got a bottle of wine in the way, but let's go ahead and kind of show a little bit on the inside what that looks like. It's just like this, and this lid is so thick. Everything is so well built. And don't even get me started on the
And then there's a lot of padding on the bottom also.
there's padding everywhere. I do want to ask you, Jeanine, since we're on the topic of your bag, which we will be the entire time, what are these for here? They got to be for something.
So those are called molly straps. and you can bungee that to an e-bike, your motorcycle.
Oh, wow.
You can strap it to a luggage. You can strap it to a dolly system. You can add things like if you want to carry extra wine keys, you can strap extra stuff. You can strap with bungee cords. You can strap like a blanket or a towel if you're going to the picnic or a beach. And that bottle opener in the back obviously is not a wine bottle opener. When I received the bags, my sample didn't have that because I didn't order it. And so I called the manufacturer and I said, is there a mistake? You have a beer opener on here. And he goes, let's be honest, Jeanine, not everybody drinks wine. You're going to have a few guys bringing beer to their wine parties.
But
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good point, right? I get it. We don't drink much beer in this house, primarily because Shelly is not a beer drinker. I've got a whole refrigerator of beer, and when she's not around, I feel like a beer. I mean, we're in football season. I might have one on a Saturday afternoon, but it's going to be a good beer.
Right.
And I get tired of when I don't have an opening it with my teeth. It's bad for you. Don't do it.
In your teeth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
On your way to your next Super Bowl party, Shelly can have all her wine and you can show up with a couple of craft beers.
Well, and that's she said craft, not craft, just so you say. But that's so true. And so the genius behind this is that, okay, we brought, 4 bottles went in here. We had room for 2 more bottles, or we could have salami, just something in a bag you stick down. By the way, on one of those inserts, if you're going to have red wine, so you would not fill it up as high. You still want to keep the red wine from cooking. And this thing will work at tailgate parties, picnics, on road trips, to your point, on road trips.
And wine flies free on Alaska.
Can't beat that. So it is a traveling wine cellar. I mean, it is literally a traveling wine cellar. You're going to preserve your wine. You're not going to cook or oxidize your wine. It's an investment, and it's worth it with the savings just from buying ice. And when you're putting your wine bottles in an ice chest full of ice, you're ruining labels. And that's people's signature. That's their artwork. And, you know, a lot of people buy bottles of wine based on the labels. And so there's very little condensation with our ice packs. And you're right, they are modular. You can take the 6-pack or the 12-pack, move a couple of them around. And I still leave the ice packs in the bag. I just put them on the side, and then I put my Tupperware full of my charcuterie snacks, and away we go. And speaking of the size, like you were saying, they were so thin and tiny, but produce a lot of chill. I made sure when we were designing this that I designed it that it would fit in a nice small fridge in the RV, because what we do is, since the 12-pack holds for 24 hours, I just rotate the 12-pack ice packs, and I don't have to worry, because the beginning of motorcycle season, it's still October. It's still warm in the desert. So I don't have to worry about the wine cooking. I don't have to shove 12 bottles in the refrigerator. So I've created a nice little wine cellar, because I didn't marry very well, and he didn't put a wine fridge in my RV.
Oh, no.
Learning curve when you get to that next one.
So these could probably also fit in a hotel freezer.
The ice ones? Yeah, ice packs.
Yes, the 6-pack one for sure. And sometimes, you know, some hotels have bigger freezers, so they will fit for sure. And when we have traveled to hotels, especially up in Napa and down to Temecula, because it's wine country, I just take one of the laundry bags, those plastic bags in the closet. I put my name and my room number, and I take it to the fridge, the kitchen, and they'll freeze it for me in the kitchen. And I just go get it.
I've done that with our ice packs.
Yeah, now we don't have to have those anymore.
No, we don't have to have those ice packs, but I like your idea of using that laundry bag and writing your name on it. They are usually very good at working with you. They want you to come back. They want you to be happy. And that's genius way of doing it. I had so the 12 pack, which is the Traveler, and this is the Weekender.
Right.
Are those ice packs interchangeable?
Yes.
Because
so they all are basically from the same mold. One just has one slot, one has 2 slots, one has 3 slots to make up the math grid there. So
you can hold that up.
this is the 2-slot one. So that would be the length one.
That one works with both.
Got it. I'm a little slow. So you have the 1 slot, 2 slot, and the 3 slot. Got it. Okay. Don't have to tell me more than 8 times. It's ingenious. So you would want to make sure all of your 2 slots are frozen all the time, right? And then your 1 and 3, when you use them for your specific needs, and they don't take up a lot of room in the freezer at all.
They can stack even.
Yeah, I just lay them right down underneath some chicken and turkey or whatever's in the freezer, and bingo bango bongo. It's pretty cool. We should take a quick break.
Oh yeah.
And when we come back, we're gonna open a red from Cinder. Woohoo!
Yay!
Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays, where we just heard a horrendous story that is going to require a little Malbec in our glass to really get through the next few minutes about Jeanine's husband had a little motorcycle accident. When you are talking about the desert in California, you're talking about the high desert. Where are you guys riding?
No, this is the low desert over Ocotillo, Borrego Springs, Palm Springs area. So it's in between the U.S.-Mexico border and Palm Springs is where we usually stay.
Got it. We have some friends that live in Palm Desert 8 months, 9 months of the year. Shout out to Kurt and Cassandra. So this is a 2023 Cinder Malbec. There we go. There we are. The Dry Viognier is $28 at the winery. This is $42 at the winery. We'll do a quick toast. Hashtag cheersing.
Cheersing. Cheersing.
I like your style, Jeanine. We have actually featured this Malbec on episode 164 back in June of 23.
Oh wow!
We had
nice.
Yeah,
Idaho Wine Month. That was Idaho Wine Month.
Idaho Wine Month is in June, and so we did their Verdejo, and then we did their Malbec, and we are so pleased to have them on as our newest sponsor, our second Idaho winery.
Yeah.
And I'm just thrilled. I had lunch with Nikki, 2 or 3 weeks ago. She was up for an event, and actually she brought these wines for this episode. And she is just a delight. You guys go a long way.
Back.
We need to talk a little bit about Jeanine's career. She doesn't have just one career or 2 careers. Lord knows how many. But where did you and Nikki meet?
So over 11 years ago, Nikki and I were flight attendants together, and we met in in-flight school. So we went to training together. January of 2014, we started the day after New Year's. So coming from wine drinkers, January 2nd was a little challenging for us.
Well, you weren't flying the plane, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny in our interview, they were like, "Are you sure you want to start January 2nd? That's the day after New Year's." I'm like, "Not a problem. No worries."
They didn't know who they were talking to. That's a veteran right there.
Mhm.
So and then, yeah, so that's where we met, and then we all transferred. Nikki transferred to Boise sooner than I did, and then I stayed in Boise for about a year-ish, maybe about 14, 15 months, and then I came back home and I retired out of Boise, but came back home to live.
And home is where? Is it
California, San Juan, by the coach house.
By the coach house.
By the coach house.
I'm also from Orange County.
Oh, what part?
Huntington Beach, Yorba Linda, Orange. I've lived in all of those.
Westminster.
Westminster.
I raised my kids in Huntington Beach for 25 years, and one of them's still there. Jeff grew up in Huntington Beach. He moved out when I think he was about 27, 25, something like that. And then he moved down to wine country in Temecula, and that's where his love for wine started. So,
yeah, Temecula has really come around.
It's changed.
Yeah, it's good to see because they've always had the Callaways and stuff like that, which kind of blazed trails. But
Callaway was good.
But now they've got all sorts of really, really good wineries there.
They have some great wineries.
Last time we were in Temecula, we were sitting having a flight somewhere, and Shelly's like, we could maybe think about living here. I'm like, it's still California.
It's still California.
It's still California.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's still California. Yeah.
Can't run a small business in California.
No, not often. So what are you guys getting on this wine? I want to keep.
I get the nose is Jolly Rancher cherry sticks on the nose.
A lot of cherry. Some cranberries bringing in that good tart.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 23, man. This can be laid down for a little bit. This is still young, for sure.
But young, yes.
So, Jeanine, you may have known or worked with or have some knowledge of Mr. Furman that lives up here in North Idaho because of that part of your career. Is that true? Not true?
Furman, I'm not too familiar with, but your sheriff.
Yeah.
Your sheriff, I am very familiar with. I used to work with Bob. So
in the PD or the sheriffs?
LA County sheriffs. We were both LA deputies. Yes.
Did you know a John Parman?
I do not know that name. No.
He was a helicopter pilot and
sort of. But he was one of the sheriffs, LAPD sheriff.
Nice.
We have a lot of retired LAPD people up here.
We really do. Yep.
Yes. Idaho seems to collect them because a lot of my friends have moved there. Yes.
Law enforcement collection up here. That's so funny. How long were you in law enforcement?
20 years. I did 20 years.
That's a long time.
And then I retired and I loved to travel and wanted to see wineries around the world. And I was like, oh, this fixed income, you don't just go work overtime and pay for a trip. So I started thinking, I think I'm gonna try to be a flight attendant. I hope they hire old ladies. And they do, they hire old ladies.
I mean, it's really, it's a brilliant move. You had your reasons for doing that. We have our reasons for having a wine podcast. And we make no bones about it. And it's worked out for everyone. Where was the best? So first of all, what was your route? What was your typical route when you were flying?
Oh, flying. We flew everywhere. It just,
but did you have a leg that you did most of the time, or
if you're on the West Coast, like if you were Los Angeles or San Francisco or San Diego base, you did a lot of, Oregon, Washington, maybe all the way to Colorado, down to New Mexico, Arizona, kind of stayed on the West region. And then, I worked in Denver for a while. So we kind of went both ways because we're in the middle. And the East Coast, they cover mostly the East Coast. But every now and then they would give us a route and be like, oh, we're going to send you to Dallas and then you're going to work the East Coast and Midwest and then you'll work your way back. So it just,
what airline was this?
Well, before she answers,
Okay.
because I was just going to ask that, and I was thinking it was Southwest, but when you said Denver, now I'm starting to think United. Who was it?
We flew for United. We flew for Nikki and I flew for SkyWest, which they broker with United, Delta, Alaska, and American. And when we started, US Airways was still an airline before American had acquired them. So we were flying. So it was interesting because you'd be flying a 4-day trip and might fly for all 5 carriers. So
sure. Interesting. You have to have different uniforms?
No, we had a very generic uniform. We just changed our scarves.
Okay. I'm feeling like Rose today.
It's kind of like when you're picking wine. You just pick a scarf.
A little bit. So with all of that said, what was your favorite destination that you got to? Because for people that don't know, when you are a flight attendant for an airline, you don't fly necessarily free. Sometimes you fly standby, a lot standby. But sometimes you're flying free and you get to go you're in the jump seat. You get to go almost anywhere you want, really, on your off day. What was the best place you went in your, like, the most fun that you had?
The on duty or off duty?
Oh, well, either.
Off duty, my favorite is Spain, which I'm actually headed back there next week. So my husband and I both haven't been to the Rioja region. So we're going to go drink some Tempranillos.
Tempranillo.
So yes, so we'll be doing that. And then on duty, I don't know if it was so much the destination. It was maybe the crew. The crew made, because we could be in El Paso and have a great time if you're with the right people, right?
Yeah.
So, and I have found an amazing wine bars in Oklahoma,
everywhere.
Yeah. So you just make the best of it. And the crew always helps. You get a good crew. If not, I can hang out with myself. I'm good. I mean,
that's awesome.
Hopefully your husband likes wine also.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He definitely does. Like, he lived in Temecula for, I think, 20 or 25 years.
Okay.
So he knows wine well. He enjoys wine. So it's nice.
Sparkler.
The almond sparkler.
Almond sparkler. Who is that with?
Everyone loves that one. The bubbles from where is that?
Wasn't it Wilson Creek?
It is, yeah.
Yes, Wilson
Yep.
Creek.
Yep.
Yep. It is good. Not a big fan of off the beaten path, sort of, like fruit wine and huckleberry wine, all that. I know it's my bad. I should have a broader whatever. But that
better palate for fruit wine.
What's that?
Better palate for fruit wine.
I'm not out on a quest to obtain that. You know what I'm going to do before we go to the next break? No, that's what we'll do. Coming out of this break, you will see the big boy, the traveler, when we come back.
And we'll be behind it.
That one's my baby.
Sure. Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays, episode 282 with Jeanine Lum and Third Bottle. I had to ask, why is it called Third Bottle? Because you can fit more than 3 in both of these.
That's a great question, Shelley Webb.
Yes, and it's not one of those cooler bags that matches the name. Like, you think about the cooler bags that are out there, they all match. But we're in the wine industry, and everybody knows when you get to the third bottle, you better be drinking Trader Joe's bottle, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? When you at a party or
you don't
whatever, don't be breaking the good wine out after people have been there for 3 hours.
So there's been a couple of times where Jeff and I have woke up in the morning and a bottle's not finished and not corked. Well, and preserved well. And we're like, oh, we did that. We did that. There goes $150 bottle. So I was joking well before we even started this company. I said, if I ever start a wine business, I'm going to name it Third Bottle. And people that drink wine or in the industry, they laugh because they know when you're getting to the third bottle, it should not be your best bottle.
What is this?
That's the next wine we're having. I can't get your attention to get your glass.
Oh, okay.
Do I get it now?
This other glass?
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
No, this is. I thought you were done. Oh,
No.
no, I was looking at your. Okay, I got it.
I can put it in this one.
No, we're good.
All right.
I'm not gonna gulp, gulp, gulp. It's
Yes.
one swallow.
Okay.
I get in huge trouble because
It's a
here
party
at wine
foul.
time, it is a party foul. Don't gulp your wine.
No.
I'm like, well, what if you need to finish it quickly?
Then you'll be like sideways. More.
I'll take another shot. We just opened.
You'll be on the third bottle in no time.
That's right. We just opened the 2022 Cinder Syrah. Let's get that right there. There we are. Is that what's in your glass, Jeanine?
It is.
You are
Nikki
amazing.
provided me well.
Yes.
She did.
So are we drinking the identical wines? I know there was one that was off on a vintage, but you were good?
I have all of them. I'm a member. She suckered me in.
Wow.
Yeah, she suckered me in. Do you want to be part of our wine club? Yes.
That's what Nikki always says to me, because whenever I'm on a wine adventure, I'm like, Nikki, guess what? I joined another wine club. She goes, there's no wine club out there that you don't like.
That's probably a very fair point.
So I'm actually down. I had 23 at one time. I'm down to
Whoa.
Goodness.
I'm
You
down
are
to-
royalty.
Down to?
I'm down to 16, and that includes three wine bars. So
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. So on those wine bars, well, let's toast this up here real quick. Hashtag cheersing.
Cheersing. Cheersing.
Wine bars or bottle shops or whatever you want to say are nice because you're getting a bunch of different producers and hopefully off the beaten path wines, right?
for sure.
Where your wineries, you're getting that producer, unless they have a second label or whatever, which isn't bad. They're just different.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. So
That's why I have minimized. So what I'll do is I'll stay with a winery for about a year. And then after I've had 4 or 6 shipments, depending on what their memberships look like, then I decide, okay, I like this. And that's what I'll just continue to order at my leisure.
Mhm.
got it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna tip this over. This is, if you'll notice, this is Burgundy. Shelley really did enjoy this when we opened this up, and so thank you for that, Jeanine. This is the can you
Don't
move
spill
the
your wine.
bottle?
Bottle.
The bottle's in the
Thank
front.
Yes, there we go. So let's do this.
Oh, there we go.
There we are.
That is my wine cellar in the desert. My little pride and joy.
Look at that. Isn't that great? And you can just see the thickness on everything, including, I mean, this is just really well built. We haven't even talked about the zipper.
Super sturdy.
The zipper is
Airtight.
non-leak. Yeah.
Airtight.
How many iterations did you go through?
Oh, that's a great question.
when you're designing?
We might need to go to tequila for this part of the story.
That's
yeah.
okay. We have tequila downstairs.
Perfect. So I think the first year was rough. We went through, the bag was easy. So I've been through 2 manufacturers, 3 lawyers,
Oh, wow.
and 2 manufacturers and 3 lawyers. Yes. So the first manufacturer I went to, her and I spoke, and I thought it was all hoorah, woman owned, life's great.
Yeah.
She shoved me off to her CAD drawer. And when I started telling him what I wanted to do with the ice packs, without even discussing finances, he's like, oh, you can't afford to do what you want to do.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Like-
You're dictating what I can or can't do?
Did you see my bank account? I mean, I do have 3 daughters, so he's not far from the truth. And 2 granddaughters, so I'm even more broke. But I was like, that was kind of rude and unnecessary. So I literally just stopped talking to them. I was not going to even waste my time. So I found another manufacturer, and I don't know if he was just spending my money or if he didn't understand what I wanted. But every time I would get a variation, I'm like, oh, we need to tweak this. This is great. 95% of this is great. I need a tweak. He would fix that part, and the other 95% would come back different. So,
oh my God.
That sounds like working with AI. I just need to tweak this, and then everything's different.
and then all of a sudden your project's gone. So
Wow.
I went through a year of that, decided to dump him, found the manufacturer I'm with now. And when I showed him my design and gave it to him, he goes, I've got this. And every time I need, and we only went through 2 variations with him.
Oh, wow.
And
Nice.
I did one. And the only thing that was wrong was when we slid the 2 ice packs together. As you can see, there's little divots, right? In the, if you pull out one of them, they have little divots. Well, they didn't have those divots before. So they were expanding too much. So I kept reducing the water, but then I wasn't getting the length of the time. Right. Those little divots right there. So when I would reduce the water, I wasn't getting the expansion, but now I'm not getting the hold time for the chill. And I wasn't going to be able to preserve the wine as long as I had hoped to preserve it. So I called up Tim and I said, hey, and he's like, I'm going to get right on it. I'm going to tell the engineer this is what the problem was. And the second variation, they nailed it. And so,
Nice.
Changed up the whole bag. Then I went to my attorney and I said, hey, I would like to get a patent on this because there's nothing like this on the market. This is what's similar and this is what's similar. But they both have expired, and one was a Canadian patent and one was a US patent. And she did all the paperwork for me. We sat on it for a year and did all our homework. And I kept calling her and I'm like, is there something I need to do? We're coming up on the time frame. No. And then I get a notice from the US Patent Office saying it expired.
Oh my gosh.
Yours?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy.
So I went to, let me back up. I'm sorry. That was the second attorney. The first attorney shot me down the first day. He said it was a conflict of interest. I said, with who? You didn't even read my design. There's no way you read my design. And that guy was right here in Huntington Beach. And I was living in Huntington Beach at the time. So I said, okay. So then I found the second attorney. She was great. She filed everything and then she let it lapse. So I have a third attorney down the street.
It's so irresponsible, you know?
Oh, the first 2 years, and I'm not much of a crybaby, but let me tell you, there were a lot of tears. And
Don't you think, because this is people, and we talk about this all the time in our real life with small businesses and whatnot, and people have this thought that entrepreneurs have it easy, man. You work half the time, third of the time, and you make 5 times the money. And it's really the opposite. You are working 16, 18 hours days, and usually in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you're not even paying yourself. And so to be able to get through these challenges and hurdles, it takes a personality just like yours. That's like, okay, I'm pissed right now. And I might be shedding a tear or two, but I'm digging my feet in a little bit more, and I'm going to win this son of a bitch, And so good for you. I'm going to toast up that because that's
well, thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah,
and I have a great support team. My daughters have been awesome. Obviously, Jeff has been my biggest fan, but my daughters help. They've worked some trade shows that we've done at wineries, and there's a big one this weekend, actually, the weekend I leave for Europe. And my oldest daughter, she's like, you shouldn't miss this one. It's a big crowd. So she's going to go work it for me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
nice.
cool. So cool.
The support has been great.
Yeah. And
so this final iteration came out when? When was it released?
It took 2 years, almost to the month.
Oh,
2 years. Because the first year I kept trusting in this one gentleman and trusting in his company. And I kept saying, let me talk to the engineer. And he's like, no, I'll talk to him. And I'm like, either you don't understand or he doesn't understand.
Because it ain't coming out with how I'm envisioning this. I like the last guy that says, oh, I can do this. I've got this. And then every time you come back and he's like, I'm on it. You know, that's a confidence booster. You know what? He's going to be swimming in the success of this as well. You know?
yes.
You will.
So I also like this strap lock. It's really sturdy. I don't know if you can see it at all, but it like overlaps the hinge, so it's not going to disconnect at all.
No, it's very nice. It very easy for shoulder carry, and you can see where the handles on there, how it's double sealed on also.
Yes.
When we designed this, we designed it built to last, because we need you to preserve your investment all the way around, especially with safety. So it is Jeff driving approved. The back.
That's a hashtag right there. Jeff driving approved.
Yes.
I will say this, because that's a couple times you have said about the investment, not only investment in your wine, as you said, $1,400 is being jostled around. It's also an investment on this. This weekend,
also investment on your experience.
Yes, because you're investing on no worries. Okay, you load this thing up, you zip it up, and you know that it's not getting cooked. It's being protected from point A to point B, which is super important. This weekender, $400 through the website. However,
wait, there's more.
What?
Yay.
For Wine Time Fridays, because
Get out of here.
Because I like WTF so much. We are going to give your listeners, we're running a sale right now. You know, moms need a back to school reason to drink. So,
well, they don't really, but they'll say that.
They're either drinking because it's back to school or drinking because it's back to school. So we have a sale going on right now. However, WTF lovers will get an extra 10% off at checkout.
Oh,
so
nice. Thank you.
The code is WTF 282.
WTF 282. The WTF is either Wine Time Fridays, Wine Time Frenzy, or Wine Tasting Friends. And the 282 is this episode number.
Yay.
Janine, that is clever. So kind. So
great. Thank you.
That's another $40 off of this one. And however, on the Traveler, it's $500. That's another $50 off.
Yeah.
So why not just go to Traveler?
We're already running a really good special right now. So, and I'm going to hold that for your clients and listeners till September 30th.
For the month of September. Thank you very much. Have you been contacted by or have reached out to Shark Tank at all?
I have not.
Sure seems like this is a Kevin Leary product right here.
I would love to talk to Mr. Wonderful. I would love to. I know he's a big wine guy, so do you know him? Do you have his number?
Personally, yeah, we're like this, Kevin. And
I thought so. You guys look a lot alike, so I thought that's why you were friends.
Okay, here we go.
I don't think Kevin wears glasses, does he?
I think he does. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't
I
know.
think so.
We need to watch more Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do. I want to talk about the CDA Gourmet Wine Words of the Week, which is field blend. And I chose that, Shelley, for a particular reason.
I don't know what it is.
Well, first of all, a field blend is a wine made from multiple grape varieties that are blended together in the vineyard before harvest, rather than being separated and blended later in the winemaking process. Okay? Field blended. But I believe this bag,
It's like a field blend.
yes, you bring some wines, you go to a picnic, you go to a barbecue.
And it's all different wines.
That's exactly.
You can
So
put
you're doing
red and
your
white in the
own
same thing.
personal field blend. You see what I did there?
Very good.
Thank you very much.
I love it.
I thought it was very good.
Do you want to talk about real quickly some wines that we have this week?
Well, I think
Oh.
we need to talk a little bit more about Cinder since they provided the wine.
Okay, so let's take a break, and when we come back, we will do that.
Just a wee bit.
A wee bit. Okay.
Bring us back.
Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil and Jeanine Lum with Third Bottle that make these amazing wine bags that keep your wine protected, chilled. By the way, fill one of those separators up just a little bit with water because you don't want to actually chill your red wine, but you want to keep it from getting cooked. There's all these little tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we left, Shelley was getting on me for not talking more about Cinder. So Shelley, let's do that while Jeanine and I enjoy a little bit of wine.
Oh, okay. All about me. So Cinder is in Garden City, which is close to Boise in southern Idaho. And all of their, I think all of their berries and things are sourced from Snake River Valley, correct? All the vineyards in Snake River Valley.
I think so. This
And they
is
make-
Snake River. Where's my...
We have talked about them before because we
Yes.
featured them. And I think at that time we talked about Melanie Krause, who and her husband Joe, who owned
Winemaker,
the
yep.
winery.
Yep.
So Melanie she went to WSU, studied wheat genetics, and she had majors in biology and Spanish. I think she's kind of like you, Jeanine, going to different places. So biology and Spanish don't have a lot to do with grapes, but she apprenticed with Chateau Saint Michel and North Star, which
Really?
which we have been to.
Yes, we mentioned North Star more than we should.
Maybe
We're constantly plugging them.
we love them because you can have the red blending experience,
Yeah.
which was very fun. And so she was on the ski team. She was on the, I think it was the running team, maybe rowing. But she has a long history of her family having big gardens. They preserved a lot. They had 40 grape varieties when she was growing up. And then she was a vineyard technician with Stinson Lane.
Stinson Lane. Where
Yeah.
are they from?
I am not exactly sure. And then her husband, Joe, was a chemist. So in 2008, they started by working in an old warehouse, sharing with other wineries. So kind of like the Walla Walla incubator program, a little bit like that. So they all shared that. And then by 2016, they owned the whole building. It's a very cool old warehouse. It's a really nice vibe when you go in there.
We had a really good experience. The staff there that was catering to us and serving us, very friendly. And it was last October during your birthday weekend or just before.
It was my
And
birthday
they were a little
weekend, yeah.
busy with harvest and bringing grapes in,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they, it was pretty fun.
But as soon as you walk in, they welcome you with a glass of
Ugh.
wine. So
But
that's,
they're not going to make any more. We need to talk to Nikki about that. That's
I know.
And I
We-
love that they also allow you to bring your dogs inside. You don't just have to sit outside with your dog.
Ah.
yeah, that's
We
it.
didn't see any dogs that day.
No, that's a big trend in tasting rooms these days, especially in California. And Shelley's like, but what about the people like me who are allergic? So you've got that whole dichotomy.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
Just
they
sit
have a
upstairs.
flash program.
Go to Cinder
Do
and
what?
sit upstairs away from the dogs. Sit
Oh,
upstairs
that's a good idea. Yeah.
in the balcony. I love the balcony area.
Yeah, it's very cool in there. They also have the flask program. So the flask a flask is equal to a bottle of wine. But if you buy one of those, you can have it filled. So the first time you get it, you get half off, whatever you choose. So they have different wines. If you're choosing like a single vineyard, it's a little more than if you're choosing what they're pouring in their the kegs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can get points if you get double points on Fridays. So it's a really great program.
They're called Double Points Friday. We're Wine Time Friday.
Double Points Friday.
Yeah.
When you're walking down the street, you can tell the police officer it's water.
You
That
could.
you could.
You very well
Until
could.
they get to know Cinder too well. Well, we know that's
But
not water.
This is such a great program because it really is going green. You don't
Yes.
have to blow through bottles.
Also, it's not glass, so you
Yeah.
can take it on a picnic without worrying if you're going to break something.
Yeah, I love this idea. That's great.
Yep.
You have more?
I think that's all for now.
Okay. So I wanted to fire, since we did we're doing a third segment now, I want to fire some questions over to Jeanine right now. How do your wine bags cater to different types of wine lovers, from casual drinkers to serious collectors? I'm curious.
They don't. They cater to every wine drinker. It is designed to preserve wine from spoiling. The last time we were in Napa was the heat of summer. And when we were doing our wine pickups, it was hot in the car and the wine stayed chilled. And one of the wineries was like, "Where'd you guys come from?" So I told them the winery we had came from. And they're like, "Do you want to bring your wine inside?" And we're like, "Nope, we got this." And we sold a bag outside of the.
That's the best. You know, honestly, if wineries and tasting rooms are smart, they bring a couple of these in.
Yeah.
Contact Jeanine at thirdbottle at gmail.com.
.com.
Oh, there we go. No, you're the real legit branding. Jeanine at thirdbottle.com. No,
I'm paying for that. I'm paying for that address.
Heck yeah, you are.
So it's not a matter of catering to the Costco, Trader Joe's buyers to the Opus One buyers.
Right.
We cater to preserving wine because I think, wine has rules. We all know it. But to me, life is very subjective. And I don't like living within all these rules, especially when it comes to wine. I want to drink how I want to drink. And so I want to preserve everybody's wine, no matter who's buying it, at what price point, and where they're buying it. So, and speaking of, we are in 2 locations in California right now, in one winery and one wine room in Temecula. So we're in Europa Winery and at La Fata Wine Cellars, also downtown Temecula.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Find our bags there. If you're in that area, save yourself some shipping, even though we offer free shipping right now.
Well, and can we just say a Yeti cooler, which is all the rage, they're not going to protect your wines, and they're not inexpensive by any stretch. So why not get one of these and cover the gambit? Just cover the gambit. You put
I think they only have one wine bag that actually, one cooler bag that would actually fit wine bottles. And they're more about the beer and the bro. And we're about the wine and the chill. So you can put beer in our wine bag. You can't put wine bottles in their beer bags.
No, not by any stretch. So you are actually a sommelier, yes?
I am a WSET level 2.
Okay. How has that influenced your approach to the wine and the development of Third Bottle?
Having the appreciation of the magic that goes in that bottle. I really loved taking my courses 1 and 2. I've thought about taking level 3 and 4, but I'm not in the industry. If I was going to be in the industry, I would definitely continue my education to be higher.
Good.
But at level 2, I've really got to appreciate what goes in the bottle, the mastery behind it, the no sleep, like you're talking about being an entrepreneur, try being a winemaker.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I really enjoyed it when we would go to wineries and wine rooms. That's all I wanted to talk about was, where are we getting these tasting notes? How long will this lay down? Do I need to drink it now? Should I wait? Can I wait? So I just loved all the education and the craftsmanship that went into the bottle, and appreciating everything that goes into it, and the people, from when you pick the grapes and how you pick the grapes. There's a winery, and I think several of them do it, but I know one for sure in Temecula. He plays classical music for his grapes. And
I love that.
yes,
I mean, it's all energy.
it is.
I mean,
And there's been proven, they say, like, I think it's Beethoven's Fifth Symphony actually can cure cancer. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor, just what I heard. But the megahertz of natural healing is a thing. And so he plays, you know, classical music for his grapes. So
That's
whatever
awesome.
winemaker has in store, I just love. And that's why I chose the W set side versus the quart side, because I wanted to learn about how the juice became so beautiful.
That's wonderful.
in May, we what was it, Bells Up? Yeah, Bells Up Winery has a classical background. And,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so I think, you know, people will dog this as woo-woo stuff, and it's not. It's all energy, and I love that idea because so that he's taken his love of classical music, which emotes emotion, which is more powerful, and now he's just infusing this into the whole process of his wine. I love that.
Yeah. And I'm worried about us running out of minutes. So
Okay, well, we're good. So far, so good.
Well, we did, yeah.
I was going to say some wines we enjoyed this week. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
Sorry.
Koenig Vineyards. Also, and what?
The Cabernet Sauvignon is so good.
Oh yeah, but also in Idaho wine.
Yep.
Yes. Also in Idaho wine, Revora GSM. Disruption Red Blend, J. Bookwalter Reader Chardonnay, Liberty Lake Wine Cellars, Heritage Reserve, and a Crutz Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes. All of the above.
All of the above. And Liberty Lake, we were there last week or so.
Yeah.
And Mark had to go because the grapes are ready.
The grapes are ready. He was driving over. We have some things coming up. The 20th is International Grenache Day, which we will be doing next week. I guess I let the cat out of the bag. But the 2nd of October is Torontis Day. The 6th is National Orange Wine Day. And the 11th is International Pinotage Day.
Yes, I love
Jeanine, what is your
Pinotage.
favorite varietal to drink?
Wine. I love wine.
Yes.
Oh, man, I just think I love you. And
People ask us the same thing. We're like, I can tell you the ones that I don't like.
yeah, there are two. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
easier. Does it come in a 750? Does it come in a 750? I like it.
We got completely dogged by Sarah because she saw an image of us on Facebook that I posted with. We had wine in a plastic cup, and I'm like, "Hey, that was
we couldn't help it.
we couldn't help it. That was what was provided." I will say, and I think it's super.
But we
important.
do bring our own wine glasses wherever we go.
Yeah, we're wine
See,
glasses.
you're like me. I am a wine glass snob. See, now
Boom.
I love wine, but look it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Hold on. Wait, there's more because there's 3 of us.
There's 3 of us. I was going to say, I have to say this because our listeners are on the edge of their seat. We have a chicken update.
Oh, a chicken update.
What is it?
Well, we don't know how many of the new chickens are laying
I
eggs,
think all
but
3 of them.
I don't know. We've got 4 new chickens though, not 3.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So we
Thank you.
have one chicken who's a cross Moran, which lays the really dark chocolate eggs. And so we got a fairly dark chocolate egg today, which was very fun.
Very fun.
Yeah, so I think 2 of them are laying.
My daughter just got a bunch of chickens, and she went from a beach girl to a farmer, and called me the other day crying. And I'm like, what's the matter? She's like, one of the chickens didn't make it. She goes, who am I? I'm like, I don't know, but I gotta
No.
So we went in with our neighbors, the Sparkmans, and she said, I don't want to name them. And
if you name them, don't tell me.
Yeah. And if they die, I want you to bury it instead of put it in the trash. And I said, well, you dig the hole in your yard and I'll bury it. And she didn't want that.
I'll be right over.
That's right. I'll toss it over. Next week, we are opening a Grenache for Grenache Day. No guests next week. We're going to take a breath and come down to center and move from there. But I wanted to say, Jeanine, thank you so much for spending some time with us and for creating an unbelievable high quality. Which one?
Both.
All the
Okay.
above. All the above.
Thank
Keep
you.
going. Keep going. Keep
Wine.
talking.
No, stop. Wine bags.
Don't stop.
You know, it's so well built, and it will keep your wine safe and chilled when you're on the. We've talked about it at length. I also want to say thank you to today's sponsors, Naked Wines, Eternal Wine, and Cinder Winery.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Cinder.
Yes, making great wine, great Idaho wine, and we are so happy to have them as a part of the Wine Time Fridays family.
Yes, and of course, thank you for sending us these. So we can
You're
show
welcome,
them.
and I'm glad you're truly enjoying them. And I can't wait to
We
hear
have
what
used them multiple times.
passport adventures this little wine bag gets to go on with you guys.
Well,
Maybe we need to stick state stickers on them
perfect.
wherever we go.
I will
When
say,
you're in Walla Walla, when you're in Napa, when you're
Yeah.
Willamette Valley, whenever on our socials next week, you can count on a couple really finely crafted photos, right, Shelley?
Yeah. Who's making them?
You are.
Oh, okay.
We're doing that, and we're posting them in the next few days. So with a little bit of knowledge, wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. Thank you for being here. Thank you again to Jeanine, and we'll see you next week with the Grenache.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you: to health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.